Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Rejekt PPC and the one-ton hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One Ton Hammer.
I will be your zookeeper tonight, Rejekt.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am TheLuckyPoptart.
Inquisitor? Sanguine.
Skep Tock.
I'm Prospero.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
How's it going? Oh man, it's been a week since we talked last, and I'm tired. Whew. Yeah. Again, still tending to Nana Camel, so that's everyday thing. And had to go take her to an appointment and run some errands today. And I'm beat. I just managed to get some dinner in me, so I'm about to hit that post dinner crash. No. I'll tap out. If it gets to it's like, nah, man, I'm tired. I'm gonna go. No. Other than that, just having some fun shit posting on Twitter and stuff here and there. I had a good one today. That was mwah. Smart man. If I had more willpower, I would do the same, but I don't. Well, I came home after running errands and everything with Nana Camel to. I listened to the press secretary's press briefing today because something jumped out to me on Twitter. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Well, there's this guy. somebody tweeted out like a response to something she said in regards to the drone strike as we were leaving Afghanistan. Hey, I think there's Adam. What? But yeah, I'll finish the story then. Some reporter was asking about the drone strike in Afghanistan. You know, the supposed ISIS-K terrorist that was going to be, doing a car bombing, turned out to be an aid worker and his kids and whatnot. She brought up the fact that Joe Biden has experienced loss personally. It's like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? But what was really funny was some guy. He's since deleted the tweet, but he said, "How are these things? How is this not relevant?" Like he was defending Psaki and the statement, and I just fired off. It's like brain cancer didn't drone Bo on bad intel. And it was great because as every time I would see Twitter update to get how many likes were coming in, I would go look back at his original post and he was getting just as many replies. It was a beautiful ratio.
How's it going, fellas? It's going all right. How about you two? Well, yeah, I was just reading that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it works and everything. Nagato, if you're listening, I say, go for it if you can afford it. Yeah, it's a good system.
Hey, Quiz. People in chat can't hear you. Apparently not. Cawson could only hear me earlier, and Assassin just said you're muted.
Hate. OBS and fucking...
Well, they know you're talking because they see your icon lighting up on screen, but they can't hear you.
There we go. Now they can hear me.
That's okay.
I fucking hate OBS and Discord for this shit. If I have to unplug my microphone, okay, which I do because I'm running on a laptop right now because my desktop is currently down. I've got to try and either fix it or build myself a new one. I kind of want to build a new one. But every time I unplug my microphone and I plug it back in, I have to go into both Discord and fucking OBS and change which input and output is coming in for all of the channels. Like when I first joined fucking voice chat here for Camel, I couldn't hear him because it switched it to default. And default, by the way, is the onboard audio, which technically I'm running through because I've got my headphones plugged into the onboard audio. But that doesn't work. I have to specifically tell it the onboard audio for it to pipe through to be able to fucking hear anything. I hate this. I need to get my fucking desktop running is what I need to do.
So I got a question for you guys. I stumbled across this article before we started the stream. In 1998, these San Francisco men got a tattoo to snag free tacos for life. Here's what happened. I'm just curious, would either of you two get a tattoo for free Mexican food for life?
It would have to be better than, Taco Bell.
No.
Adam's just like, no.
Well,
No, because I know exactly what they would do, because I think Taco Bell does this. At least that's what they made the claim on one of the Conan clips. But I would assume that they would want it somewhere that it's like readily visible. And it has to be their logo. And I'm sorry, that's just it wouldn't work.
This particular tattoo is looks like a mariachi riding a corn cob.
I thought he was like surfing or something like that, but I'm pretty sure that's that's some way associated with the restaurant. Yeah. And like I said, it sounds good on paper. You'd sit there and be like, yeah, dude, I really like this restaurant, and they're offering me free food, every time I go in there, free tacos. But then, what if you don't go there anymore? What if they start changing up their ingredients? What if it becomes under new management?
What if you move?
What if you move?
Well, I mean, tattoo laser removal is a thing. It's not like you're actually stuck with it for life anymore.
Yeah, you know how painful that shit is, dude?
Well, and expensive.
No, I have 0 tattoos. I have no interest in putting ink in my body for tacos or otherwise.
Well, if you're planning on going through the experience of getting a tattoo, even with the laser removal, I mean, the process, some people still find it painful. So it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, personally, I think it's painful in certain areas. It was more painful watching my hand do a tattoo, seeing the needle go into somebody else's skin. I can't do that. But doing that and then later on down the line saying, oh yeah, I don't want this anymore, and having a laser burn off fucking flesh. Was the tacos worth it, bro?
Well, I think that's kind of the question they were asking, and like apparently some people, like, they didn't even give a shit about the food.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you got to think too. There's a lot of people out there who get tattoos of random shit, or a sports team that they once liked or some, or somebody's name, or and they can always get it covered up too,
Yeah, like
good tattoo artists could fix it up.
The first guy in the story, he's like, he was in his mid-30s, just moved to San Francisco, had only been there a couple years, and was bartending. He's like, I'm going to put down some roots in the neighborhood. I'm going to get a tattoo of the local Mexican joint's logo.
Is that what he said?
I mean, it's not a direct quote, but yeah, that's the gist of it, yeah.
It's a story.
Oh, man. I guess that's one way to plant roots, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Or I don't know, just be active in the community.
I mean, I could see something like that if you owned the place, like if it was your place. That might be.
He was just tending bar down the street.
I mean, and another thing too is that, like, some days I just don't feel like Mexican food. I mean, we've got an amazing Mexican restaurant here. Adam knows which one I'm talking about.
See,
just right around the corner, and I would love free food from them, but not enough to get fucking a tattoo of it.
That is a good restaurant.
See, here's my thinking. All right, I would not be inclined to do this either, but if I were, I would be trying to figure out, when they say free food for life, do they mean like 1 meal a day? Do they mean 3 meals a day? Do they mean like 1 meal a week? What are the
What's the limitations?
What are the terms and conditions?
Yeah.
Do you think that would ever fly with like an OnlyFans?
Well, no. See,
no, like she's willing to give you pictures as long as you have a tattoo of her or some shit.
Well, hold up, Adam. I'm finishing this train of thought. I had to clear my throat.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know how many people I've met, because I live ghetto adjacent, who get food stamps and then turn around and sell them for like 50 cents on the dollar. So they'll take somebody out to go buy their groceries, and they'll if they spend $100, they get 50. So you could do that legitimately with actual food. Be like, hey man, you want a taco platter? $12. Bam. I pocket $12. You get a taco platter.
What taco platter are you spending $12 on?
Like a party pack. Like 12, 13 tacos. $1 piece.
Wow, okay.
Holy shit. Some of the taco places around where I'm roaming right now are it's about $12 for 3 steak tacos and some rice and beans.
Well, the
Nah, man. I'm talking like the like grade C beef. You know, like the Taco Bell shit.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
See the
that sounds horrible.
Yeah. The place over by me, it's like I think around $7 for 3, but they're good.
Yeah, that's the other thing is sometimes like I've been to one where the meat was a lot chewier than it should be. And
Well,
so
you
it's
got to
like-
remember, I live in southeastern Oklahoma, which is pretty much North Texas.
Yeah.
I have literally had dudes walk into a barber shop with a cooler full of tamales
See, dude,
while I'm getting my hair cut. Be like, hey, man, you want to buy some? Of course, I'm saying it in Spanish, but like, you want to buy some tamales?
I think you are vastly underestimating the fact that I live in Little Mexico, fucking Chicago here, man.
Yep.
Let's put it this way: there's a flea market, an all-year flea market over in the town that I live. That
Talking about by Santa's Village.
yeah. Well, no, the other one.
Oh,
But
the other.
don't go in there if you can't speak Spanish. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they do not. They do not do. Although I will say the one that was by Santa's Village, that's where I found both a Master System and Atari 5200.
See, I mean, Cryptic's in the chat. He's down. He says he loves grade E meat. That's a side hustle and a half right there, fellas.
Well, he loves grade E meat because he eats cats and crayons.
Wow,
So-
going for the Asian and the Marine jokes.
Yeah, I have to, man. Yeah, it's fine.
2 bats, 1 stone. I see how it's going.
We
The
love,
magic bullet.
we love.
Yeah.
And Assassin says Mexican food is an oxymoron. I mean,
Hey,
it depends on where you're going. Like, if you're going to Taco Bell, then absolutely yes.
yeah, that's
You
not,
only ever eat Taco Bell when you're trying to sober up.
No, the last time I had Taco Bell, I was like, you know what? I haven't had a regular taco in a long while, so let me try it. Because I try and stay away from Taco Bell and places like that. But
Yeah.
you know, when you're low on, you know what? I used to thought that they were cheap, but they're fucking expensive for some reason.
Yeah, it's
like-
getting,
it's like-
getting that way.
Yeah. But it was like as soon as I got back to the place I'm staying at, like the meat had grease all through the crunchy shell,
Yeah.
so it was just kind of falling apart.
Yeah, never go crunchy,
And
man.
It tasted so bad. I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I'm sure when you get it fresh from the fucking counter, it tastes
Yeah.
okay, but
If you go to Taco Bell and you want crunchy tacos, you got to eat that stuff immediately after they hand it to you. Otherwise, it's going to be soggy and just fall apart. No.
Yeah, my whole idea, my rationale for Taco Bell and shit like that is sometimes you want junk food, like junk food, and
Yeah,
that's fine.
Sometimes.
And that's fine. That
My go-to is usually McDonald's, though. I just like a good old-fashioned cheeseburger and fries.
yeah,
That's my junk food. That or pizza. Mexican food is way down on the list.
And see, for me, Mexican food's okay if I want something like hearty for not a lot of money. The place where we're talking about, you can get a burrito that like is as big as a fucking brick for like $5.
oh yeah. I usually it's like if I'm gonna go that route, I'm gonna have it for lunch and then I'm gonna have it for dinner because there's no way I'm gonna finish it all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've had a burrito like that before. Like they brought it to me like wrapped in foil. It's like,
Oh yeah.
all right, did you cook this or did you smuggle it? What the fuck?
Well, and if it's good, they actually
Oh, it was delicious.
Mix
It was
the
delicious.
pieces good, as opposed to people who I've had some burritos where it's like you're biting through the layers. So like, this layer is going to be all lettuce. This layer is going to be all guacamole. This layer is going to be all whatever the else they put in, beans or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
No, they got to be mixed properly inside the thing.
Yeah, distributed evenly.
Yeah.
Oh man, sometimes I like that where it's got that kind of like those layers, like tree rings almost. It's almost like Mexican sushi at that point,
No, I don't want to take a bite into a burrito and just eat nothing but lettuce and guacamole. This isn't good.
Oh no, man! When you're talking about layers, I thought
Yeah, I don't think I'm wording it correctly. But in my head, it looks like a pill, and then it's just like sliced off. Well, and then so like the first section is rice, the second section is the steak, the third section, Yeah, because like, come on, man.
You can't fit that whole burrito in your mouth like all at the same time, so you have to take like bites across it. So sometimes if it's all lopsided and all of the meat and the cheese are all on one side, and then all of the beans and lettuce are on the other.
Oh yeah, that's horrible when that happens.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta take a bite out of each side and shit.
Well, to be fair, after your first bite, you'll know if you're dealing with that and can adjust the wrap accordingly. So that way, when you're taking a bite, you evened it out so you're getting an even distribution across the two.
Yeah, but at that point, now I'm doing work for my burrito, and to pull a Bill Burr there, it's like, what the fuck? I paid you for a burrito. I'm not paying you to give me a burrito that I have to go and fix up at my house. This is a Papa Murphy's pizza. Get the fuck out of here.
My girlfriend will make. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm reminded of the one joke from oh God, what's her name? Paula Poundstone.
Oh man, I haven't heard that name in years.
Yeah, jeez.
Where she was it was on an HBO special, I think, and she's going, I've got a friend that really likes to take Pop-Tarts and crumble them all up, put them in a bowl, and put milk in it and eat them like cereal. And she's like, hey, if you're gonna go that far, fuck it, you might as well cook.
Shit, yeah.
Well, my girlfriend, she'll make stuff up for burritos, and I actually did work at Taco Bell as a kid, when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And so she'll get mad at me because I'll roll a burrito like I'm back at Taco Bell, and she's like, your burritos always look so much better than mine. It's like, I've rolled 1 million of these bitches, of course.
It's second nature at this point. And in terms of the hop, or what was that? Was it Pop-Tart cereal?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there really is a cereal right now that is.
There is.
Pop-Tart cereals.
I mean, would you really underestimate American gluttony by thinking there's not a Pop-Tart cereal?
I mean, I always see images of people posting bizarre cereal boxes, and it's I believe it, because it's like, shit, yeah, no, somebody's buying them. Even if it's just for a little holiday or something like that, somebody will buy. I don't know, they used to sell Oreo O's and shit, these things are, I don't know.
Well, yeah, they also they had Chips Ahoy, or was it Chips Ahoy, or was it some other kind of chocolate chip cookie cereal?
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie
Crisp,
yeah.
That's right.
I really wish you guys would have gone back in time, back in 2016, and told General Mills that. Either that, or told all of the people that were lobbying for fucking GMO packaging and shit like that. Not to fuck with cereals, because of that I lost my job. Just saying. And the rationale they gave is that the cereal market was on the downturn. Not a lot of people were buying cereal.
What?
I mean, I have my preference, but I don't buy nearly as wide a selection of cereals as I used to.
I usually just stick with Frosted Mini Wheats.
I'll bounce back and forth between a couple different ones, like Cocoa Pebbles. That's a staple.
That's good.
Let's see, what was another one? You know, I kind of like those Reese's Puffs. You know, I like the peanut buttery Captain Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh shit, yeah, they made a fucking Rice Krispie treat cereal.
And so we used to make peanut butter, Reese's Puff cereal at the plant in West Chicago.
The one other one that I like, my old man cereal, Raisin Bran, which I think that's Kellogg, isn't it?
I think so.
Is that the one with 2 scoops of raisins?
That's the one, yeah. Plenty of fiber too.
It's not a bad cereal.
No.
Yeah, I'll do that or like Cheerios sometimes. I'm not really big on cereals.
I never got into Cheerios. Like Honey Nut Cheerios was about as far as I could go.
I liked Frosted Cheerios.
I don't think I ever had Frosted Cheerios.
Tastes pretty much just like Frosted Flakes.
And
I love Frosted Flakes. Before I worked at General Mills, I would eat Frosted Flakes. And then after General Mills, I would eat Frosted Cheerios.
I'll never touch another Frosted Flake again, so help me God.
Well, not if General Mills is giving me money. They ain't, aren't they?
No. I found, like, if I would work at a food place, whatever, like, I would eat that food a lot in the beginning and then just burn out. Be like, nope. Like, after I left working Taco Bell when I was in high school, I didn't eat Taco Bell for a good 5 years after that.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the best thing, too. Because, like, when I was working at IHOP, I would go in earlier just so I could eat a meal. Or I'd stay a little bit later and eat a meal. And shit, we didn't have to pay for it, you know? We'd give the cooks, some money for cooking you a food. But, yeah, dude, fucking IHOP, dude, that's when I learned how to cook me good over easy and pancakes. And I didn't really eat pancakes too much. You can only eat so many of those things where it's like, but toast and hash browns, dude, hash browns, eggs, and toast and bacon.
Like, I went to work at Taco Bell after working at a regional burger joint, and you could actually pay or buy your food like in advance on your paycheck. So they just take it out of your check. And I realized how much of a fat ass I was. Like, after working there for 2 weeks, I got my paycheck, it was like $50.
Damn.
Well, I mean, it was a part-time gig, but still, should have been probably well over 100.
Honestly, working as a server, I was pulling in shit tons of money. It was ridiculous,
Yeah, so then I went to work at Taco Bell, and they're like, "Yeah, man, just go ahead and make yourself a couple tacos, whatever, just we're not busy at the moment. Go ahead, man, eat something." I was like, "You're not gonna charge me?" They're like, "No." I'm like,
"See, that's the best."
And yeah, it's like I became even more of a fat ass because it was free, and then I got just burned out. I was like, I can't eat another fucking quesadilla. No.
You and your quesadillas.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're in control of how you make it, so you can make your own. That's fucking cool. See, they didn't let me cook anything. I just go in and be like, "Hey, dude, cook me up my breakfast." And he's like,
it's funny because if I do ever go to Taco Bell now, I'll still order something that used to be on the menu when I worked there back in like 2006. It's no longer on the menu. They don't even know what it is when I say it.
Oh shit, dude! I tried doing that because they took the tostada off the menu a while ago, but every time I went to this one Taco Bell, the lady knew exactly what I was talking about.
Well,
and I'm like, yeah.
Do you remember the extreme quesadillas?
Extreme quesadilla. Which one was that?
Pretty much it was just a quesadilla, but I also put like nacho cheese on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Extreme.
So like I think they had you could have like chicken, beef, or steak quesadilla, and they have the cheeses on it, jalapeno sauce.
Wow.
Well, it's Taco Bell, so steak's kind of iffy,
I want to know why they got rid of the grilled stuffed burrito. That thing was pretty good.
The grilled stuffed burrito was pretty good. I also really like their loaded nachos.
Which one was that?
They put meat, cheese, lots of cheese, both shredded and cheese sauce. Oh God, what else? Pico de gallo.
Some sour cream.
Guacamole.
Damn, they just tossed everything.
Meat, all that on top of a bed of nachos.
Yeah, but see, their chips were... Yeah.
I thought the chips were okay.
They'd always break on me. And
yeah.
You're trying to sit there and scoop, and it just snaps in half every time? No.
And that's another one where you got to eat it right away because the drive home.
I shouldn't have to eat my nachos with a fork, you know?
Ugh. You mix it around like a soup.
I mean, you know, that's like, you know, Trump got shit, or no, wasn't Trump. Who was it? Somebody got shit for eating, was it Romney, wasn't it? Got shit for eating pizza in New York with a fork.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I want to say it was Romney.
It was Trump that got shit for getting Mexican food delivered to his the Trump Tower in New York.
Oh yeah, he had the top Mexican taco bowl saying "I love Hispanics."
Yeah.
You know,
or was it Trump? Because I swear, like I remember Jon Stewart making fun of. I want to say it was Trump.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. And I mean, especially if it made news rounds, yeah, they probably look at what they did when he had all the fast food delivered to the White House, you know, for the what was it, college football team or something like that.
Oh, Clemson, yeah. Well, that was during a government shutdown, so like there was nobody to make them food when they came to the White House for their visit. So he ordered McDonald's and Taco Bell and whatever else.
Yeah, but they still gave him shit for that. Like, you know, he was doing it. No. They like their McDonald's. It's like, nah, dude.
No, fact check. There were not burgers stacked a mile high. Yes, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
McDonald's.
See, I like the way the Australians say it. Is it Macca's?
Macca's.
That's cool. Like we call it down here is like Mickey D's.
Yeah, Mickey D's.
Or McDowell.
Hey, Johnny.
Now there was a place I worked at when I first moved out to Washington. It was called Johnny Rockets. There used to be one around here.
I've heard of this place. I've never been to one.
The only pleasant thing that I gained out of it, because first of all, working as a server over here in IHOP was good. Working as a server over there was shit. Two things. If they ordered a plate of fries, you had to like draw a smiley face on a plate out of ketchup. And the supervisor, when I was working there, was a real stiff ass about, you got to actually put effort into drawing a nice face. I'm like, it's ketchup. They're going to fucking dip their fries in it. Who the fuck cares? Why don't I give them the ketchup bottle so they can make a face? It's like what the fuck? The other thing is, if somebody played a song on the jukebox, we had to dance. It was the weirdest fucking thing. I don't know if every other Johnny Rockets did this. I don't know if it was just this one. The only nice thing I got out of it though was the cook there. He was like a young up and comer guy, you know, like he was really proud of his work. And at the time I was a vegetarian, so I was eating veggie burgers, and Johnny Rockets, they sold veggie burgers. And so he would always make it a thing like, hey man, let me try this new technique, see if it tell me if the veggie burger turns out good, you know. So he was always constantly making it. He'd like steam them out. One time he'd try different grilling techniques, and so I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You know, I hope he's doing well in life. You know,
you talking about that reminded me of we had one of the burger joints I worked at. We had a group of Hindus come in to our burger joint.
Nope.
And they ordered burgers without the meat. And so I was just sitting there like, why would you do that?
So
why?
You just wanted the buns and cheese and...
Well, no, like we serve chicken too.
Oh shit.
Like I could make you a chicken sandwich with lettuce and tomato and, you know, You're just eating a bun with lettuce and tomato and like some onion and mayo or ketchup, whatever. Like, why?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
I understand you're a Hindu and therefore no eating beef. Cows are sacred. Okay, cool. Chicken. How do Hindus feel about chicken?
When I first moved back to Illinois, I was still a vegetarian, and when I was working out in Elgin, I would do that. I would go to the McDonald's and be like, "Can I get a cheeseburger with no meat patty?" And they'd look at me like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, just take the fucking bun, put cheese on it, put the ketchup and mustard, and if I see one fucking onion on that thing, I'm going back." But yeah, and then I put some fries in it and just eat that. Because I don't know, it was before they had all the, now you can get the goofy burgers or whatever the fuck they're called. Yeah, I don't care. I eat meat.
Unwich. I've seen people call it that. It's the gluten-free burgers. It's basically just a burger wrapped in a piece of lettuce rather than put on a bun.
Well, see, I mean that goes back before the gluten-free shit started. That was used to be called a low-carb burger.
Yeah, I could see eating that. I mean, at least you're holding on to something that's somewhat drier than the burger and condiments and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have people that were like on the Atkins diet come in there all the time, ordering stuff like that. Can I get a burger, but instead of a bun, can I get just put on lettuce? It's like, that's me greasy as shit, but all right.
Oh, Wendy's was the best place to do it. Oh, sorry, my phone. Wendy's was the best place to do it because you get the deluxe and they put all the lettuce and tomato in it. It's just like a grilled cheese, just not grilled. But just talking about it, thinking about it makes me. Hey, do you remember that? I can't remember who sold it. I think it was Kentucky Fried Chicken, where it was like two chicken.
The double stack.
Stack, yeah.
I never actually got around to trying one of those.
Neither did I, but I'm thankful I didn't.
Oh, it needs to come back.
No, it doesn't.
now is the time.
Well, no, like I was like, I'd try it if you put it on a fucking bun.
No, that's the whole point. Is that the bun are two pieces of chicken.
I agree with Johnny. Onions are the devil.
Well, see, Johnny likes pickles too, so his opinion doesn't count.
Pickles are great.
What's wrong with pickles?
Those are disgusting. Pickles are just drunken cucumbers. They're just layabout vegetables that have no value whatsoever in my eyes.
Bullshit. I had Jimmy John's today, and I had a whole pickle cut in half.
I'll be honest with you, man. It's the vinegar. No.
You know what? Somebody told me that if you drink the pickle juice when you're hungover, that it's supposed to help recovery time or some shit. I don't know.
I think somebody did that just to see what kind of stupid shit they could get their drunk friend to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink the pickle juice.
I drink pickle juice for fun, son.
Well, you're a degenerate.
I want some of that pickle juice.
You can make a cocktail out of it.
We got Sunny D, soda, grape drink, pickle juice.
I will take that grape drink before I take the pickle juice. No.
Yeah, and Quiz is standing right next to you, and I'll take that pickle juice.
Did I ever tell the story about the one time I went to White Castle near me?
No.
I go into White Castle. I decided.
Were there marijuana shenanigans involved?
No. I went to White Castle, and they were doing their breakfast thing, back when White Castle was doing breakfast. And one of the things that they did for a while was they made a chicken and waffle slider.
I remember that.
Okay, so imagine me, white ass motherfucker, going to White Castle, ordering chicken and waffles, and this black guy comes in with his, I think it was his son, but he brings him over to the fountain, and he goes, "Oh, look at that, they got purple drink." And I did.
He didn't do a double take at the Dayglow white guy eating chicken and waffles in front of him?
I had to bite my tongue to keep from laughing. I really did.
Come on, man. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say if you started chuckling, and he saw what you're eating, maybe there'd be a moment of
Hey,
But
well, yeah.
I don't know. In simpler times, maybe, but nowadays it would have.
Nowadays, no, yeah, I'd be crucified,
See,
man.
If it was breakfast time and I'm going to a fast food joint, chances are I'm hungover, so I probably would have thought twice, like, yo, and they got chicken and waffles too.
Yeah, I would have been like,
yo, bro, they got chicken and waffles too, man.
Yeah, I grew up on Kool-Aid. Oh yeah, Kool-Aid. Other kids had Kool-Aid.
You had Flavor Aid.
No, man, I just mooched off other kids, drank their Kool-Aid.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. A lot of people, would talk about Kool-Aid, and don't get me wrong, there was Kool-Aid available when I was a kid, but fuck that, man. I'd rather have either water or a fucking soda.
Well, let's be honest. At least when I was growing up, kids were not drinking Kool-Aid for the flavor. They were drinking it for the sugar. Yeah. And trust me, there was a ton of it put in that stuff.
Yeah. But at the same time, there's sugar in fucking soda too.
Quiz. I don't know if you guys are as heavy-handed and you're pouring of the sugar as we are down here in the South. Okay? I have drank sweet tea that is practically syrup, my friend.
Well, yeah, say that's that one TikTok that was making the rounds of that weird-ass white woman pouring in, like, fucking sugar until the thing was cloudy.
Yeah, it's just... But... So yeah, the Kool-Aid I was drinking as a kid is like that's the kind of stuff that like made your hair stand on end. That's how hopped up you were.
I think growing up we just drank juice.
I
will say that
orange juice growing up.
Yeah, orange and apple juice.
Orange juice, apple juice, grape juice. Those were the staples. Yep.
And then eventually pineapple juice. But
now that I think about it, go pick me up some apple juice. I ain't had apple juice in forever.
I usually
apple juice break.
Juice break. I'm gonna say I usually try to get a thing of orange juice at least once a month, maybe more. I like to have some on hand, but I usually go through it way too quickly. I'll drink
Johnny. Oh, sorry.
I'll drink like a whole half gallon of fucking orange juice in one fucking sitting.
Nah, man, that's too much ass on my stomach for me. He said, I used to tell a joke growing up that we were so broke we couldn't afford Kool-Aid, but my friends would always be like, it's 25 cents. It's a joke, you morons.
So broke I can't afford Kool-Aid. Today's winner will receive the gift of Kool-Aid. Now,
well, that makes you wonder, man. Like, how hard up did you have to be to actually go and buy Flavor Aid?
Also, if you're planning on taking some cyanide pills, that helps.
Well, that's all anybody knows Flavor Aid for, and they don't even get that right half the time anymore. Oh, you drank the Kool-Aid. It was Flavor Aid, bitch. Get your brands right.
So how much do people remember the brand Flavor Ice?
Very little, if at all.
Oh, it was essentially like mixed Kool-Aid in a plastic packet about a foot long that you would put in the freezer and freeze it, and it was like a popsicle.
It was like the icy pop.
Oh, okay. Speaking of stuff from back in the day, did either of you guys catch Dankulus Mad Last today?
No, I've been at work.
Well, I mean, I knew you had been working. I didn't know if you had a chance to see anything between getting off work and doing the stream.
Oh no, I came home, ate my Jimmy John's, and then kind of vegged out until I had to come on. That's why I'm a little late.
What about you, Adam? You get a chance to see it or see what it was about?
No, and usually I'm able to at work we're not supposed to, but you know, I have my phone running. If a stream's on, I'll catch a stream or whatever. But come Dinkley, I think I'm subscribed to him, but I don't think I've really watched a lot of his content.
Well, the Mad Lad he did today was Bud Dwyer.
Oh, good old Bud Dwyer. Blew his head off on live TV.
And it's funny because like that was before my time.
Was this the guy with the firecracker?
No, he put a 357 in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Popped his dome right out. On live TV.
But I do distinctly remember, like as a young lad, as a young camel, seeing the Bud Dwyer video. I don't even remember how or when I saw it, but yeah.
You can see it on YouTube.
You know, yeah.
It's on YouTube.
But well, I mean, I saw it before I ever set foot on YouTube.
Live leak. Rotten.com.
Well, like Nana Camel had a fella when I was growing up, you know, and her fella he had a teenage son when I was in grade school, so he would just he would end up showing me like all the weird shit going on in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, hey man, have you ever seen this? No. What's this?
Hey,
like, oh my god,
the photos from Kurt Cobain's autopsy? Oh yeah, they're on Rotten.com.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. Like it's like that. Like it was Stand By Me. It's like, hey, you want to see a dead body? What?
From his autopsy?
You want to?
Speaking of Kurt Cobain, I had actually just stumbled upon a documentary called something about bleach. Under the bleach, or
is this the one where they had actors like acting it out or whatever?
Well, it was a private eye that was
by
that's
Courtney
the one. Love.
That's the one.
Washed by bleach, I think, and honestly, yeah, because I mean, that was I remember hearing about that theory back in the day, and
but calling that movie a documentary, man, calling that movie a documentary. No, I'm sorry. When you have professional actors playing out the parts.
Well, I'm going more so by the statements of the private eye and the audio tapes that he provided between him and Courtney Love. And not only that, but even at the time, a lot of us would say like, "Yeah, dude, she fucking."
Yeah, but like the problem I had with it was like they picked an actor to play the private eye that I've seen in a million fucking different things. I can't tell you his name off the top of my head, but I've seen his face in a shitload of movies and TV shows.
That's the other thing too. I didn't watch it. I had it playing while I was working, so it was more so just listening to it. So even like the parts where it was the dramatization, I don't know. I'm kind of used to that, seeing that shit.
Well, it's like
sometimes the
unsolved mysteries or whatnot, the reenactments.
Yeah, it completely took me out though, because I seen this dude's face a million times. I'm like, nope.
Like I remember seeing one about Johnny Gosh, and his mother claims that he came back to her. I mean, if I'm remembering this correctly, that he found his way back to her and explained everything, and they depicted that in a reenactment. But again, it's telling of a story, and then you go into it. You look yourself. And like I said, my main thing was I'm going by what the private eye was going with, And the one thing, that's why I said, autopsy photos, because he was making the claim that there was no photos taken of Kurt Cobain. There was just like one or two that they had taken. All the other ones, because I guess the police department was corrupted or some shit. I don't know. You know me, man. I look into this, and like I said, hey, well, it's gonna be crazy if we find out, oh yeah, so this is actually what happened. Oh, so he wasn't just a kook.
Well, no, he was like on a quadruple overdose of heroin before he, put gave himself a 12 gauge migraine relief sucks starting a 12 gauge. We'll do that when you are that high on heroin. But I don't know. Just saying.
I don't know. I think
say 3 times.
Yeah, but there was doctors on there that were saying that once he got to a point where he was over the limit, he wouldn't have been able to do anything past that. He would have been zonked out, much like how Bradley Knowles died, where he asked to go hang out with, I think, the drummer, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna still sleep in, and I guess that's when Brad found some heroin and shot himself up, and he just ended up dying in his sleep. And he didn't have nearly as much as Kurt Cobain.
I know a guy that used to rent a place in Long Beach from Sublime. He was an audio tech, yeah.
I actually was listening. There's a guy who worked with them who's like producing a musical or some shit, and he was talking about how like a bunch of the bands that grew up around that area, it was like a pretty close-knit community, and much like Kurt Cobain in the Seattle grunge area, so it's kind of crazy how these things just kind of like pop up and then they like the whole fucking Tupac Biggie Smalls shit, it's...
Yeah, the problem is that I've got way more respect for the reggae scene in Long Beach than I do for grunge literally anywhere.
Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of grunge. I mean, I think what would you consider? Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins would be grunge, wouldn't it?
Garbage, Pearl Jam.
Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains.
Grunge was punk rock for pussies.
I mean, I grew up. I was young enough that I missed the whole grunge scene, but I appreciate the sound.
I don't. I said lucky you. I don't.
No. Like I don't necessarily dig the, I guess the aesthetics and whatnot, but I do like some of the songs.
Yeah, I'll pop in some Smashing Pumpkins every now and then.
Yeah, well, I wasn't really ever big on Smashing Pumpkins. A couple of songs here and there.
I think they're the only grunge band I could get into. Oh wait, is Blind Melon a grunge band? Because I fucking love that one song.
Well, I mean, that's really all they had was the one song.
Yeah.
Shannon Hoon, he died of an OD too.
Well, there you go. Shit.
I don't know if I would count them as a grunge though. That's an alternative, definitely, but I don't know if that fits into grunge.
I hate that term too, alternative, because there's no definition to it.
That's why I put them in there, because I have no way to define Blind Melon. They've got the one song that I know. Other than that, I couldn't tell you shit about their sound.
But that was the early early 90s.
Yeah.
Early to mid 90s. Yeah.
Early mid 90s.
Yeah.
The 90s kind of went really quick because there was that one point where they started like mimicking earlier decades. Like, all of a sudden everybody was doing swing, and then all of a sudden everybody was doing
rockabilly. Yeah.
Oh, my favorite for the swing shit was fucking Cherry Poppin' Daddies and stuff, man. That was a magical time in pop music where literally anyone, and I mean anyone, could be a rock star. Can't do that anymore.
I don't quite agree that anyone can be a rock star, but rock stars were still a thing. Like, I don't think we have a whole lot of rock stars these days. They're all aging out.
Be a rock superstar.
I'm just saying, the 90s was a magical period where literally anyone could.
A lot of new bands were popping up, and the industry was really looking to snatch as many of them up. And you could tell like, at least with like punk, you could tell when the industry got its hold on them. Mm-hmm. when they all started wearing black. And it was like it turned into like either goofy or skatey, asshole people, just like with a political stance, to all of a sudden they're all singing about love, and they all have black. And then the emos grew out of that, because they kind of
came hand in hand, yeah. And say, did you ever see Chevelle when they were a local band?
I did not.
I did. I actually.
Oh, back when it was the three brothers and not the brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I know.
They used to play at the Fireside and the Metro.
Man, I want to go. I want to go to some of these venues again.
I haven't actually listened to Chevelle in a while.
They're pretty good. I still like Chevelle.
Yeah, I have to give them a listen. I've been on a kick here lately of listening to 80s music.
And so you know what I've been listening to a lot lately?
And
say I have a Pandora station specifically for it. Everclear. You remember that band?
Vaguely.
Father of Mine.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see here. Wonderful.
See, I always want to get Everclear confused with Everlast.
Oh. Everlong by Foo Fighters.
No, man, the rapper.
I know. Just other music things with the.
Yes,
ever.
with the word ever in it. Yeah.
But yeah, I say Everclear, and because of that, I'm getting a whole bunch of like 90s pop, late 90s, early 2000s pop stuff on my, on the Pandora radio. So I'll get things like Bowling for Soup, Jimmy Eat World, Third Eye Blind, a lot of Third Eye Blind, a lot of Goo Goo Dolls.
I'm trying to remember the last time I listened to Bowling for Soup, and it had to be around the time, was it The New Guy? Was it Bowling for Soup on the soundtrack for that movie?
Probably.
I like Bowling for Soup, man. I don't care
Bowling for Soup the one with the
I'm not knocking on them. I'm just like, they had some songs that were catchy. I liked them, but I just never really heard from them after those few songs around that time period.
See, and I'm like getting them meshed up with Alien Ant Farm because I keep thinking that Bowling for Soup did the movie from the movies, but I'm like, no, that's Alien Ant Farm. Bowling for Soup was the one with the really big guy with the crazy beard.
Yeah.
He was the bass player or something.
Yeah, he was.
They did it was 1985, and the girl the bad guys want.
Was that Stacy's mom?
High school.
No, that was Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah, Fountains of Wayne
Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom, yeah. Similar though, 1985 and Stacy's mom were pretty similar.
Well, shit, I was actually because I was trying to find a song off of it was in the movie The Water Boy, but I couldn't think of the name, and so I was going through the track list, and I saw Goldfinger More Today Than Yesterday, and I'm like, dude, I used to listen to this fucking song all the time. I completely forgot Goldfinger did this one. I'm like, yep.
I have 2 copies of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 for the Dreamcast because one of them has a hole burnt into the disc because every single time I would start a new run, I would always pause the game and put on Goldfinger's Superman.
Dude, next time we hang out, I'll and we'll play some Tony Hawk.
Hell yeah. I have Tony Hawk 1 and 2 for the Dreamcast now too. So
I haven't played Tony Hawk in forever, man.
I was playing it at lunch.
I remember when Resident Evil came out on PlayStation. My buddy had that game, and I think it had like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater demo before. He had one game that had a Tony Hawk Pro Skater demo
in the warehouse.
Yeah, in the warehouse. And I think we spent there's a while there we spent more time playing that demo than we ever did playing the actual game. Just trying to see who could get a high score, you know.
Yeah, buddy
who,
of mine.
Who could top the other ones?
Buddy of mine and I did that back in high school, and I still beat him. And I say for a while he had me on the ropes because he would always play Tony Hawk, and he knew how to do the 900 consistently, which would get him a retardedly high score. But I would play Bucky Lassick. No, it wasn't Bucky Lassick. Shit, I'm trying to remember who the skateboarder was. I know he skated for Zero. That was his sponsor. But because I would always do nollies for all of the tricks, because I would hold up tilt up before I did any trick runs, I would always get a double modifier on my score. Because of that, I would always kick his ass on any of the competition runs we had. It was great.
Yeah, I played against this dude in Washington where he seamlessly fucking always did fucking. I don't even know how he did it now that I think about it. He would just like consistently grind. And I'm sitting there like, how are you not like tilting over or being unbalanced or anything? I don't know. I mean, this dude must have been. We were playing on a 64 too, so like I said, he must have been playing it since this motherfucker's going around. No, it's fun. I like just rolling around trying to find all the shit.
It's a fun game. I still have fun with it.
I saw they made one for the Switch where it's like a bird. You're a bird skateboarding.
No. I know that Neversoft actually went back and remade Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
You know what game I'm looking forward to getting made sometime in the near future, hopefully? College football. I have missed playing college football.
You and your fucking sports games.
Hey, I got that as a pack-in with my Genesis too.
Well, yeah, man, I played sports games on a console when I was a kid because they had infinite replay value to me. Whereas more story-based games or whatnot, I probably play it once and then lose all interest.
I usually, for sports games, the only one I ever really played with any consistency was NHL 98, I believe it was. Or no, sorry, 93 on the Genesis. And then I played Mutant League.
Well, I would play sports games because, like I said, they had infinite replay value because, you play as one team, you could go play as another team, playing any team. You had season modes, dynasty modes, you had single game mode, you had some kind of mini games to play, and also, it was multiplayer, so, friends come over for a sleepover, something like that, you got stuff to play. But
for me, it was always fighting games for that.
Well, I had some of those too. But, like for me, the sports games was college football, depending on the year, Madden, and like UFC, a boxing game, and like MLB's The Show. Those are the go-tos. Because a bunch of my friends, they were, jocks as well, and they like playing those kind of games. I remember I had a college roommate. He would always try to challenge me at football, and he would get his ass kicked every time. And he'd be like, "Oh man, I had you, one more play, I would have had you." Like, no. But then it was great because like I went to go crash at his place over the course of a break, and he introduced me to one of his high school buddies, who I guess thought he was the shit playing college football. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh yeah, you should go ahead and play Camel, man. Yeah. Like, well, all right, who you want to play as? The dude, obviously, he picked University of Oklahoma. Big name school, highly ranked. I played as Oklahoma State. Not highly ranked. Not even ranked in this game, I don't think. Whooped his ass. Like if we had been at his house, he would have thrown the controller at the TV. But luckily, we're at my roommate's house. Like it wasn't even close. We had a mercy ruling, like I think in the third quarter. And he's like, "Oh, come on, double or nothing." I was like, "Are we betting money? Like, what do you mean double or nothing?" Like, I love it when people just can't lose with any grace. It's great.
I say that's one thing that I was marveling at the other day, is that there's an extensive and very, very passionate group of people that play Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, dude, I ran into people like that in college. There's always every couple of nights there'd be a Smash Bros party on the dorm.
There's videos of people going to Smash tournaments, losing, and then smashing their controller.
Oh yeah, dude at a Madden tournament came back and shot a motherfucker. Top that.
I'm just saying, how do you get to a point where you're playing Smash Brothers, the babiest of baby games?
Hey, come on.
How do you get to a point where you're going to shoot somebody over a football game?
Well, okay, you think shooting someone is the worst. There was a dude in Brazil who sawed a person's legs off with a hacksaw at the thigh over World of Warcraft gold.
You want a toe? I'll get you a toe.
That's...
Oh, fuck. I mean, of
course, it was on LiveLeak, so there's blood everywhere, and it's in photos.
That doesn't count, man. That's Brazil. Life is cheap there. All right, we're talking World of Warcraft gold. That's got some value.
I was gonna say, I think I have an NHL game on the Saturn right now. I used to play it a lot back in the day. I played Madden. Played a lot of wrestling games too. I didn't own any. I just had friends who played them. Yeah. But a good basketball game is at least like an arcade basketball game. As I saw in chat, Johnny Blaze said Blitz was great, and I think that was an arcade football kind of game, right?
Yes.
NFL Blitz, yeah.
Yeah. And I would say the counter to that would be NBA Jam.
Oh, yeah.
One of the weed shops I go to, they have a cabinet with NBA Jam.
Nice.
They've got Pac-Man, they've got NBA Jam, and they've got Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
So if the line's too long, I'm waiting for my weed. I just sit down and start playing some NBA.
There's NBA Playgrounds 2. I think it's the sequel. It's pretty much like fucking NBA Jam. It's wonderful. I used to at break time at my old job with a coworker all the time. It was just like simple, quick games like that. They're fun to play. I don't know. I could never really sit down and play like a full match unless it is like at a sleepover back in the day. But most of the time it was let's play fucking Quake or fucking GoldenEye or fucking or fighting games. Hey.
Cannibalistic Wizard in chat, he said, I love when people think they're a god at a game and get their asses kicked. Like, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever taken myself that seriously playing a video game, like, past, like, grade school.
Yo,
I went to sleepover one time and I just got embarrassed playing a MLB game. And like after that, I was like, you know what? It's not that important.
I love it.
I'm like the exact opposite of the person you were talking about earlier, Camel. If I'm losing a lot at, say, a fighting game, I would happily say, you know what, let's find another fighting game to play. let's find something else to do, because at the end of the day, it's like you know that this person, it's like if you're gonna play chess with a chess master and you know that this person is just gonna outmaneuver you, why are you gonna waste your time unless it better benefit you if you if you just learn the game and then come back later and try.
Like that's why I enjoyed playing like college football and stuff. I enjoyed playing it more than Madden because it had more pageantry in the game. You know, with the different universities and their traditions and whatnot. Whereas Madden, it felt very cookie cutter. No matter what stadium you were playing in, no matter what team you were playing with or against. But when I would be playing against people, I always thought it was hilarious. Like, I'm not a very good player, you know. I'm not a very balanced player. I'm great on offense. Middling at best on defense, playing either college football or Madden. So if you have a decent enough strategy, you could beat me every time. You know, you just got to be able to control the ball on offense, run the clock. Don't give me a whole lot of possessions to score. And you're probably going to beat me 9 times out of 10. But it seemed like nobody would ever really try and stick to that kind of strategy. And they'd always try and go like touchdown for touchdown. And they'd end up making a mistake on offense or something like that. I'd get a lucky interception or fumble, you know, get the ball back, or they'd go 3 and out, what have you. Don't convert on a 4th down. They'd always try and keep up with me on offense. Like, nah, man, just focus on your offense. Play smart. And I don't know how many times, like, I stopped playing online because of that. Like, people couldn't keep up with me on offense, so they just quit, like, halfway through. 3/4 of the game done. Yeah. I had one guy inside of the 2-minute warning, right? He was leading me by, I think, 4 points, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't just kick a field goal. He had the ball inside the 2-minute warning. He throws an interception. Why he's throwing the ball, I don't fucking know. You know? I think I'd burned a couple of timeouts already. I didn't have all 3 of my timeouts left. He could have run the clock. But he goes and throws an interception, you know, in his red zone. So, you know, I gotta go like 70, 80 yards to get a touchdown. And I've got to get the touchdown to win. He quit. Just like, you know, fuck you. It's like, dude, you could have still won. You know, it's not like I played a perfect game up to that point. You know, I had thrown an interception or 2 in the game. He could have easily got the ball right back. That's why I don't play with people like that I don't know anymore. Like I don't play online because too many people are just too thin-skinned. They don't want to lose ever.
Yeah. I say for me, it's gotten to a point for me for that kind of stuff that I don't play with people online simply because I don't find it fun. I find a lot of the fun when I'm playing things like fighting games and stuff like that, and Adam can attest to this, is playing fighting games in person. You know, couch versus or couch co-op, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't play fighting games online. I don't play fighting games religiously. I don't do the ridiculous autism breaking down frame data shit like that.
Oh no, man, I tried. Well, see, like that was really like what started it. What really ended it for me with like fighting games. Mm-hmm. Fight night. I tried to play a boxing game online. Mm-hmm. And by the time I got around to playing it online, like the game had been out for a while, so most people were already, you know, maxed their stats and, you know, had ridiculous records. So it would take a while to queue up to find somebody even close to being a matchup. And then playing against somebody like that, like there were still button mashers, and oh man, that drives me crazy playing a fighting game. You're just sitting there mashing buttons left and right, hoping to get combos and whatnot. And there's nothing I can do about it because, you know, I'm actually sitting there trying to box.
It's all about method, though. If you're mashing buttons, but have a method to why and how that you're mashing your buttons, it is a viable strategy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was in that game because like they would try and just walk you down and mash buttons, and so like I could dip and dodge if I could slip some punches and get counters, but every time I would throw a punch in a counter, I'd end up getting countered as well. It's like this is not boxing.
That's why I think things like Street Fighter are so well developed because. The counter system in Street Fighter, you deal more damage if you connect with a move while your opponent is in the process of making the move. Like that's how the counter system in those games work. And most people tend to go for mostly mid, which is a medium, like, quick attack. But if you throw like a light punch or something like that, or a light kick, that interrupts them and gets you a counter, which deals more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot more strategy when it comes to games like Street Fighter or excuse me.
Salute. I gotta ask you, because I was checking out we were playing Street Fighter Alpha 3, correct?
Yes.
When I checked out my roster, it wasn't yours looked like you had more characters on it. Is the Dreamcast version like a special edition, or were we playing
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, that's fucked up.
What?
Okay, so have either of you been made aware of the Gabby Petito case?
No.
Yes.
So you're aware, Adam?
Yep.
Well, quiz. Apparently, this Gabby, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Petito. She was a vlogger and van life, I guess, personality.
Okay.
Apparently, she went missing in one of our national parks, and they found a body that they think might be hers.
Okay.
And her boyfriend, he's in the wind after.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, they had like a domestic dispute while they were on a trip. Like, there's a police body camera footage from the encounter.
Oh wait, is this the Asian girl? Because I think
blonde girl.
Oh, okay.
Blonde white girl.
Then no. I saw one of this Chinese girl that had gone missing in a park. Who was a vlogger.
Well, so this guy, Bill Ritter, the blue check on Twitter, anchor at Eyewitness News on Channel 7 WABC TV, New York City. He had a tweet about the timeline for their fateful cross-country trip. This person says, Bill, I am 99% positive I got a pic of Brian, which is the boyfriend who's on the lam. I'm 99% positive I got a pic of Brian this morning near a body of water. I still got the pic, and I sent it to every authority known to man. He's bald still, but clearly needs a shave. No one seems to care. I don't know who to send this pic to that does care. Bill, he says, please send it to me. Gives his email address. Dude sends him the picture in a reply on Twitter. Says, here's the pic. It's a picture of his balls. Like, that's fucked up, but I'm still laughing.
I would have thought that it would have been a picture of Sam Hyde.
Are there any pictures of Sam Hyde bald?
You can no, not bald.
Probably.
You can Photoshop Sam Hyde to look bald. But Sam Hyde is always the guy that's perpetrated any crime ever.
But yeah, Bill comes back and says, not funny in the slightest.
You can't get away with this.
I love this reply. It's like, then why am I laughing? It's pretty funny. Kind of hilarious. I think we all, at this point, anybody who's got even the most passing knowledge of that case is like, yeah, boyfriend did it.
Seems like.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be my odds-on favorite, yeah. You know? So, well, I guess quiz. You know, if you want to keep going with the Terry conspiracy, my alter ego did a stream about the case a couple nights ago.
Ah.
Yeah.
You mean you did?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
What's the Terry conspiracy?
That he is Jack Cochran.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm the OG, not Jack. Because I've been saying it for like 4 years now, Terry.
I mean, the more you deny it...
I can see him doing it.
It just means that the more true it is.
Like I said, I've never been to Ohio. I'm only moderately attracted to Asians. I don't even have a basement, let alone a subterranean love den. I don't know how much more clear I can make this.
Yeah, and you keep pleading the fifth.
Well, I made the mistake of doing one of those Twitter replies. You know, like tweet. What would you tweet? You know, if you were kidnapped, to let your followers know. And I think I said it was like I'm Jack Cochran, and I approve this message. You ever see me tweet that out, man? Send help. I am in trouble.
See, I would say that there are some things that are very easy for people to see me tweet, to know that I'm in trouble. But no, I refuse to write those even in situations of the most dire import. If I ever tweet 3 specific letters in a certain specific sequence, it's not that I'm in trouble and need help. It's that I'm in trouble, and I would please like a merciful end to my suffering.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I wouldn't know that you were kidnapped because, I mean, how many times have you tweeted out English? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, well, I definitely love tweeting English at people that have this false sense of superiority, and love to tweet word salad. So when they tweet word salad, I tweet word salad right back at them, and I use quotes from English.com to do so.
Yeah, and how many times have I DM'd you when I see that on the time? I'm like, hey, bro, everything okay? Like, you smelling toast right now or something? What's going on?
No, it's bacon. It's if you smell bacon, you're having a stroke.
Wait,
toast, bacon, it's all breakfast to me.
And that sounds exactly like a joke that Jack Cochran would say.
God damn it.
All right.
There's no winning. There's no winning here.
No, there isn't.
I don't know how to even try.
And saying that it's 8:30, so I think it's about time we wind down here. I was just doing some assembly line painting here. Got a fairly decent amount of orcs done. I still have a shit ton more.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, like, how many more orcs you got left, man?
And I'll say, well, okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then this one's not even started yet, so I have 12. I have a grand total of 30. So
30 left?
Not even, no, the grand total of 30.
Oh.
So I got 12 of 30 with just the green on their skin, so I have quite a bit of painting left to do, but that's okay. I'm going to be slowly and steadily working on them over the week, and hopefully by the weekend they will be in a condition enough to play. So, but yeah, we've been your Minions of the Zoo. Hope you had a good time. Thank you all for coming out. And Cannibalistic Wizard said Stacy's mom has a giant schlong. That's bullshit. She's got it going on, man. Anyway. Yeah, we've been your minions. Hope you had a good time. And be sure to watch tomorrow where Skep Tock is the host. And yeah, take care, everyone. The zoo's closed.
I mean, she did have it going on in like 2003. I don't know about now. I don't know how she's holding up.
Well, it's fine.